Hey there, what's up, what's up? It's Alicia, and it's my Thursday evening right before my class. It's been a while since I was on vacation in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, and I just wanted to get on here. There was something that there was a post that I shared on my personal page. I've shared it here as well, but I was trying to share more of the foods I've been eating, or I eat, because I get a lot of questions about that. So I had shared it. I'm starting to share as well on my personal page, because I have a lot of people there that I believe that could use it and need the help and just want to know. So I had posted over there, and food for thought, it is a pun intended. But so I was sharing, it was the broccoli slaw that I had made with chicken breasts, and I just threw it together. I think I had already made the chicken breasts, and then I just sauteed the broccoli slaw together. Anyway, but one of our friends was commenting and like, oh, I like a brisket, and my husband thinks he's real funny, and posted like McDonald's like picture and stuff, like all this. Anyway, it was back and forth. And our friend was asking, was that the pre-made bags? And he was talking about penny pinching, and which I totally get. And it got me thinking. It was like, okay, yes, there are some of the things that you could take a little time on the upfront and prep those and cut them yourself. But then there's other times where it's like, dude, the cost is not that much difference to buy it where it's prepped up for you, and it makes it easier on you in your life, because we are all so busy. I'm busy, you're busy. I like simple and easy and quick. I don't love being in the kitchen for hours and hours, because I got stuff to do. I got people to help. I got kids that I'm raising, so there's lots going on. But it got me thinking. It was like, okay, yes, I totally get where you're coming from. I am very frugal. I stay in a budget from like $150 to $200 every week for a family of 6. I've been on that budget for the last, I don't know how many years. But I know I have been through, it's been a while, but I took one of my friends through the grocery store and was kind of helping her navigate and show her healthier options and things like that. But and she said they spend over like $300. And I know there was a man the other day when I was checking out, and my groceries, it was like, I don't know, I can't remember that day whether it was like around $150. But he was like, man, I'll trade you, because his bill was like way bigger. He had way more groceries. But here's the deal. Let me tell you a few tips. Okay. So I know many people think it's more expensive to eat healthy. But here, when you buy more nutrient-dense foods, you're not eating as much. When you buy like pretzels and goldfish and all these other foods for your kids, those foods are very empty of nutrients. They don't fill them up, because there's nothing of nutritional value in them. Like, seriously. I know you think they are, and maybe they say, oh, it's enriched with vitamin B or whatever. But don't believe that. Seriously. Don't believe half the stuff that you hear on TV or that you see in other ads. Like, stick, for the most part, as much as you can with the real whole foods. Like, shop the perimeters. And don't get me wrong, my kids get some of the junky stuff. They are not completely deprived of goldfish and pretzels, but for the most part, they're getting better things, more nutrient-dense stuff. So that's one tip, is think about more nutrient-dense snacks and foods. So it'll fill them up, and it costs less because you're buying less of them. My kids, my parents have bought those Costco big things of goldfish. My kids can go through those in like a day or two, because it's just like mindless food, and it doesn't fill you up. No nutritional value again. Anyway, I'm all about nutrients. Here's another thing too to think about. You may not think of the cost. Maybe you're paying a tiny bit extra now, which you're not if you're budgeting and planning it out like me. But you may pay a little more now, or people say like the superfood shakes that I get are expensive, but here's the deal. I may be paying a little bit, which really I'm not, but a little extra up front for my health and well-being. But you know what? I don't go to the doctor. I can't tell you the last time that I've been sick. I did get the flu recently, but seriously, I don't go to the doctor. I don't have health problems. I don't have health issues. I don't take medications. So most of the people that I know are paying, they may pay less. Really, they're not though, because they're paying $200 and $300 in groceries. So if you'll like minimize some of the stuff there, you could pay for better like prevention methods and superfoods. But anyway, I'm kind of getting off track. But you're paying on the back end, you're paying in doctor bills. The time and gas that you spend to go to and from the doctor, that wasted time sitting there waiting in doctor's offices. I freaking hate doctor's offices. I'm sorry. I do not like to stay in a doctor's office because there's always that waiting. I just don't like to sit and wait mindlessly. So there's all that waiting. I got to hurry up because I got to get in. I got a fitness class to teach. There's all that time and gas spent, doctor's office visits, copays, and whatever. A lot of people, their insurance is not as great as it was, and so you're paying more upfront costs out of pocket. And then you've got all these medications that you're paying for. Yes, you're maybe paying a fraction with your insurance, but you're still paying in medication. So, get some better, more nutrient-dense foods in your body, and maybe some superfoods, and maybe get some exercise in, and then you won't be paying all that later on. And here's the deal, maybe you're doing some of that now, but even if you're somewhat healthy and not having to go to the doctor as much, but later on you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it at some point. It's going to catch up to you. All the unhealthy habits will catch up to you. And then people don't plan for paying all that medical stuff, and then you're forced to pay it. I'm sorry, I'd much rather pay for a vacation than pay for doctors and medications and time and gas spent going to doctors and hospital stays and stuff like that. I'm sorry. No, screw that. Call me crazy, right? I've been called the health nut, and I don't care. That's fine. But you know what? I'd rather do everything I can for my health, for my family's health. I can't do it for you. I can give you the tools and the resources, and I can help you and coach you along the way, but you're the one that has to, you have to take a little initiative and take responsibility for your own health. So anyway, I'm just kind of going off on that, but I just cost of sickness is going to catch up to you eventually. Maybe you're penny pinching now. My dad the other day, I had told him to get Ezekiel bread, and it's like $5 a loaf. Well, okay, but it doesn't mess up your stomach. It doesn't have any man-made crap in it. It doesn't have nutrients taken out and then put back in, and all this other chemical crap. Like if you read on the white bread or wheat bread, none of it, there's no difference between white and wheat bread. It's both crap. It's both the same. I encourage you to buy sprouted grain if you can, because it's more nutrient dense, it's got more fiber, it's got more everything. Better for you. Anyway, so I'm going off, but he wouldn't buy it because it was more expensive. And I was like, dude, who's having health problems? Him and my mom. It just hurts my heart. So anyway, that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm telling you, don't think about the penny pinching. Think about the nutrition for your body. Yes, you don't want to go crazy getting all this tons of organic and whatever. You don't need to do that. There are many things you can buy not organic, and then you can shop the perimeters and you buy more nutrient-dense foods that fill up your belly. So then you're not just mindlessly snacking on this other junky stuff. So anyway, I got to get going. And one thing that it's been, kids these days, if we as parents have to teach them, because the rate in childhood obesity and diabetes and all that is at an alarming rate. And if it doesn't scare you, it should. Seriously. There are more kids dealing with all these issues than there were when I was a kid. And I'm in my 40s, okay? And I know a lot of you oh, well, it's, it's in our genetic blueprint, or, well, you were skinny as a kid. Well, you know what? You probably were too. A lot of us were. There were not, and I was in the schools recently, 4 years ago. I taught school for 2 years. There was not that many, overweight kids when I was in school. Majority of us were thin. Okay, so think about that and remember that, and let's get back to our roots and what our bodies were made for, and that's real food. So anyway, I don't know. Call me crazy, but I just am so passionate about it, and I want people to be healthy, and I want you to feel good. And believe me, I hear it all the time. People complain about, and I try not to say anything because I don't judge. It is your deal. But if you come to me, I'm gonna tell you, hey, yes, let's do this. Let's arm in arm. I will show you the way. So anyway, love you, and I want the best for you. That's plain and simple. And I want the best for your kids. They don't deserve that either. So anyway, love you. Peace out. See you later.